At the beginning of the movie, we are shown a girl named Stephanie. She is a single mom, and she also runs her own vlog in which she shares her real-life related things and baby food recipes. She further tells about her best friend Emily, who has been missing for a long time. Then we watch in flashbacks when Stephanie one day goes to her son's parents-teacher meeting. Here we come to know that Stephanie takes great care of her children and gives more time to her children than work. Here Stephanie's son Miles meets a boy named Nicky and they both become very good friends. Then after school is over, Nicky invites Miles to play at her house, but Stephanie refuses and says that Nicky must first get permission from her mom for this. Then his mom Emily arrives. He asks his mom to invite Miles to her house, but the Emily refuses her because Nicky insists again and again. So she agrees and invites Stephanie also to have a drink at her house. Then on coming home, Stephanie is surprised to see Emily's house because it was very big and luxurious, which we also understand that Emily's are also very rich after this. She starts talking to Stephanie, and then she asks him about her husband, to which Stephanie tells her that her husband and brother died in a car accident. Further Emily's tell about her husband. She says that he is a writer, but for the last 10 years he has not written a single book, and currently he works as a professor in the college. Then there Emily's husband comes, his name Sean, and seeing Sean or Emily, we understand that both of them are also very much in love with each other and their married life is going very well. After a while, when Stephanie was about to leave, now she tells Emily that you must be busy with your work often, so if you need, you must call me to take care of your son. So one day the Emily calls Stephanie and asks to pick up Nicky from the school. After this Stephanie picks up her son, after which both of them start playing. Further, when Miles and Nicky were playing in the garden, Emily comes there to pick him up. We then see Stephanie at Emily's house where the two reveal their secrets while having a drink. Stephanie tells Emily that Stephanie's half-brother was very handsome in appearance. Stephanie was very attracted to see him, after which the affair of both of them has started. Hearing this, Emily makes fun of him for a few moments and jokingly says, "How can you do such a thing to your brother?" A few days later, once again, Emily asks Stephanie to pick up her son from school and tells her that she will come to pick up Nicky at night. But even after nightfall, the Emily does not come to pick up Nicky. His call was also not connecting. Stephanie was not understanding what to do, so she calls the Emily's office, from where she gets to know that the Emily's does not tell her anything and go to another country. Then Stephanie calls Emily's husband Sean and tells everything, and on hearing this, he immediately comes to Stephanie's house. Now because Emily's gone, it has been 2-3 days, so he should call the police and get the Emily's missing report written. After this, when Stephanie was making her vlog the next day, she tells all the things to her friends. But he decided to find Emily himself. Now to find Emily, she first goes to her office and talks to Emily's boss, who tells Stephanie that it is not a new thing. Emily has disappeared many times without informing her. At the same time, when many do not know, then she secretly goes to the Emily cabin. In the cabin he finds Emily's photo, on which it was written that you must have faith. Then we see the scene of flashback, where when Emily sees this photo, she gets very upset. Now after all this was done, Stephanie come to Sean's house to talk. Then the detectives come there, and when they see that Stephanie is there, they find this thing very strange. The next day Stephanie gets to know from his subscriber that he has seen Emily at a place. So Stephanie immediately tells this thing to Sean. But then the police call arrived to Sean. The police call Sean near a lake because there they found someone's dead body. After reaching there, when the Sean sees that dead body, he understands that this body is of Emily. That's why he starts crying a lot over there. Stephanie also feels bad seeing this, so she helps a lot during the funeral. At the same time, after the children fell asleep in the night, the Sean was feeling quite alone. So Stephanie goes to him to handle it. During this, both of them come close to each other. Next day when Stephanie were trying Emily's dress, then the detectives come there. The detective tells Stephanie that Emily used to take drugs because the post-mortem report found the drugs within her blood. On this Stephanie refuses and says, "Did Emily never take drugs?" Further detective also says that Sean is going to get $4 million of insurance after Emily dies. Hearing this, Stephanie is going to Sean to talk about this, where she sees the Sean clinging to another girl and talking. Seeing this, Stephanie doesn't feel right, so she leaves from there without saying anything. While they all having dinner in the night, Nicky says that today he see Emily at school, but Stephanie and Sean don't pay much attention to this because Nicky was a small child at the moment. Then the next day Stephanie takes out all of Emily's belongings. When she comes back after a while, everything was back in its place. But seeing this thing, she gets very surprised. While going to school the next day, Nicky gives letter to Stephanie and he says Emily was asked to give you this. Then a photo of him and his half-brother emerges from inside him. Meanwhile, Stephanie receives a call, upon which Emily tells her that I am keeping an eye on you. Listen, Stephanie gets very scared because Emily were dead. So she immediately went to Sean and told him the whole thing. Even the Sean does not believe in this. Then Sean tells Stephanie that you are too much thinking about it, Emily. That's why you're panicking. After this, Stephanie see flashback that Stephanie's husband suspects that Stephanie is having an affair with her half-brother. This makes him very angry, and he takes his brother with him somewhere in the car. During this, both of them have a fight in the car, due to which they get into a car accident in which both of them are killed, and when Stephanie comes to know about it, now she herself is responsible for both of their deaths. When Stephanie was looking at the painting purchased by the Emily, she comes to know about an artiste of the paintings. So Stephanie goes to meet him. Arriving there, Stephanie asks the artiste about Emily. Then the artist tells her that her real name is Claudia. Rather, artiste further tells that Emily came to her years ago and saw her beauty. I did many paintings of him, but one day she suddenly ran away with all my money. Then the artist gives Stephanie the Emily's old t-shirt, on which the name of a lake was written. Seeing this, Stephanie immediately goes to talk to the owner, where she takes sweet talks with them and sees photos of old owner. In one of these photos he sees photos of two twin girls whose names are Claudia and Faith. Then she remembers the photo that he should be in Emily's cabin, in which written that you must have faith. Now Stephanie had come to know the real name of the Emily, due to which she goes straight to her parents' house. Now because Emily's dad was a strict man, after they leave, Stephanie goes inside the house on the pretext of this cleaning service. Inside the house, she sees the photos of the Emily as well as photos of Emily's twin sister who happen to be there. Next, Stephanie starts asking Emily's mom about her daughters, but when Emily's dad comes there, seeing that Stephanie immediately leaves, Stephanie indirectly tells Emily on her vlog that she has found out that Emily's still alive. Actually, Stephanie understood. What has Emily got in all this? To get insurance money. On the other hand, Sean came restaurant to meet Emily, but the Emily tells the Sean that I have come to know everything that what you are doing with Stephanie. She further says that I was fed up with life. So, I am leaving everything behind, and I want to have fun with the insurance money. After this, Sean came home. The insurance agent was waiting for him. She says that Emily has a twin sister, so the body found in that lake could also be his sister. That's why Sean won't get your insurance money until it's confirmed that Emily is dead. He gets very sad. Now after some time, Stephanie again goes online to her vlog. There she calls Emily to meet him at a place. Further, Emily goes at that place. Were Stephanie already there? Stephanie asks the Emily about her twin sister. On this, the Emily tells that when those people were young, her sister used to be very diabolical, due to which her dad used to beat her a lot. So, one day, fed up with all this thing, we ran away from there by getting the house on fire along with her sister Faith. Now the police started looking for them. That's why they both decide together that those people will be separated from each other, because if they both stay together then they can be caught. Then years passed and they never contacted each other. But a few days ago, she contacted and called to meet him at a place. When the Emily sees Faith, she finds the condition of which Faith is very bad, but she is always intoxicated. Now here she starts blackmailing her own sister Emily and says, if you don't give me money then I will tell the police about our past. After saying this, she then goes to the lake for swimming. But even after a long time, she does not come back. Emily starts getting tensed, and by the time she goes to check, she was just dead. But in the meantime, she sees the flashback that she is lying and she deliberately killing by drowning the Faith. At the same time, Stephanie does not believe this story of the Emily, and then after Emily coming home she puts a file in the computer of Sean, due to which the police raid in her office. And after this, Emily injures herself and puts all the blame on Sean and says that he has murdered her sister. But since then he had kept me kidnapped. Now when the police comes to know about all these things, they immediately arrest the Sean. After a few days, Stephanie comes back to his house with Sean, when Emily was already present. Further, when both of them were talking, then there comes the Stephanie, and in anger she takes them both at gunpoint. She came here to kill Sean. She felt that he had to kill the Faith. She shoots Sean. In anger, Emily confessed that Faith was not killed by the Sean but by me. Now as Emily confess it, we learn that it was all Sean and Stephanie's plan and Sean is still alive. But here the twist comes, and the Emily says that I already came to know about it, so I have removed all the cameras and microphones in the house. That is, did you guys have no proof? As soon as she speaks this, due to anger, she kills the Sean by releasing it this time. But when Emily goes to kill Stephanie, Stephanie tells Emily that she has a hidden camera and what's happening here is live streamed on her vlog channel. That is, the whole world has come to know the truth of Emily. After knowing this, she immediately starts running away, but unluckily she messes with a truck, due to which the police come and arrest the Emily. Then we are shown the scene after 6 months, when we learn that Stephanie's vlog has become quite popular and Emily, on the other hand, has learned to live in jail.
Make sure you subscribe to Short Movies and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this.